tonight? Obviously, you'll probably look at some soft goals that you've conceded, but also it's that struggle at the top end of the pitch to convert chances as well.
There's no denying you go away from home and you give soft goals away, you're going to be in for a difficult evening, and I think that was the case. I think there's the frustrating thing is times that we got good entries into the final third, and then our delivery or our pass selection in the final third was poor. We started the game okay with a shot from Ryan, and I think Ryan had another shot when he's cut inside. Then apart from that, then it was disappointing our final third entries, and also that within that our set pieces need to get better and improve. We need to start making first contact in the box.
You mentioned it there. How frustrating was it that you get into good crossing positions and the quality just wasn't there this evening? And I suppose when you're always chasing the game, it makes it difficult. And over the course of the season, it's been a struggle, the goals.
Yeah, and again, I think when you get and again, probably arguably you say the two culprits on the two glaring errors was Peter and Millsy, arguably two of our better technicians in the final third in wide areas. So that's disappointing especially when we've had decent play, got ourselves into the areas that we were working on, and then we don't deliver. But we get better.
And Keith, Ryan Anderson just needs that break in front of goal, doesn't he, to get his Cobblers account open and scoring for Northampton.
Yeah, I think it was Ryan that put the ball in. That was when the goal was disallowed. When I think they deemed Keane Bolger to be offside. I've looked back at it. I can't see Keane being offside. And then when we were at the short corner, got Keane round the back. I don't see how a linesman can give that unless he thinks there's been a touch beforehand. But he's onside. As a touch, puts it back across, and I think it's Ryan that heads it back in. So whether he's given somebody else offside, I don't know.
Can I just ask about a couple of players? You went with Williams on the bench tonight rather than starting with him, and Ashley Seal didn't feature at all. Can I ask you about those two? What was the thinking behind Williams not starting, and was Ashley Seal suffering from a small knock?
Yeah. Ashley went over. Oh, sorry, Benny. Benny went over on his ankle on Saturday when the game was called off on Saturday. We trained, and he went over on his ankle. That we're hoping should be okay for Thursday. He'll be in tomorrow and he'll be assessed on Thursday. And with Sean, we wanted to start the game, but we wanted to get more possession of the ball, and there was an opportunity then for Sean then to watch the pace of the game and then come in. We thought it was going to be a game that we thought it was going to be. We always knew it was going to be a tight encounter. We wanted Sean's energy to give us that push in the last 30 minutes of the game.
And just looking ahead to Saturday, Keith, you've got several wounded players now. Sheehan was out again tonight, Pollock and Arnold and so forth. Any of those that missed out tonight, Miller as well, of course, are they likely to be available for Saturday?
I think, well, we're hoping that Benny Ashley Seal will be available. I think Mikel may be a week / 10 days available, and I think Steve Arnold will be available. Scotty Potter, Scotty, I think it's still a long-term project. That I think he's back on the grass, but he just needs to get over the next hurdle now of striking balls over distance. I think he's going to be. We're thinking about getting him to join in with the youth team, where the rigours will be a little bit slightly less, but just get back into his football movements without any pressure.
And Keith, you've spoken about the flexibility in your squad. We've seen you use different systems over the last couple of weeks. Looking ahead to Saturday, in order to create those chances, are you thinking of maybe switching again? We saw you play really well against Lincoln with the back four, and obviously you played well with the Fleetwood with the back three / back five as well. What's your thinking behind that?
Well, again, I think we've come to a difficult place today against a team that have been free scoring, and I think there was nothing in the game. So I don't think now to start talking about systems. I think they had, apart from the I can't really remember Mitch making a save in open play. So I've not got a problem with the structure. The structure is when our decision making on the ball when we're making entries into the final third. We need to continue to improve at that. The selection of pass that we're trying for, and also retaining possession. Sometimes we got there and we gave it away too cheaply. Like, keep it and work the opposition until we get an opening.
And just a final one. Accrington, of course, they're flying at the minute. It's going to be a difficult game. They're hammered Bristol Rovers this evening. It's just going to be a tough one, isn't it? They're a good side.
I don't think I've ever gone to Accrington Stanley and had an easy game. They know what they're about. They've got an identity, and we need to go there and we need to stand up to the challenge. It will be competitive because games against Accrington always are.
Thanks very much, Keith.
Cheers, Keith. Thank you.
Cheers, chaps.